Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to my manifesting channel. Today, as you've seen from the title of the video, I have a little story time for y'all, which actually just happened right now. So basically, I have been manifesting for a while now what exactly to say to this certain person, right? And I called them once or twice, and this person is very significant in my life, right? And you don't really have to have respect for a human being to still treat them with human decency. And I'm learning a lot of different lessons now from different people. And so I basically was just like, you could send prayers, this could be anything. And I basically was like, get me through this conversation, because obviously this conversation needs to be had. And I'm a bad bitch. I don't enjoy being uncomfortable in a conversation anymore, because people think it's just an excuse to topple you over. So anyway, I was able to get to through this blockage, which was just created in my mind. Right? The blockage wasn't even real. I could talk to him any day. This person any day, right? But we talked and it went well. It was actually really peaceful. And I'm still downloading exactly what he said. And so basically, you're able to manifest anything if you are able to live and breathe in that moment. Like, literally, I would say this morning, I was basically like imagining what the conversation would be like, and it was calming. I was still direct, but I was able to just be present and be aware of the moment. That's all I ever needed, is just to be aware, because I just need to, like, that's all that you really need for manifesting. For all of your wants and your desires, you have to practice being in that moment. Go to your favorite place. Right now I'm in like one of the most favorite places in the world for me. This is one of like the most sacred places. This is like my temple. And you go there and you just take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to understand your desires and your wants. To actually take the time. Why is this something that you enjoy? Why is this something that you love? You know, even if you need to express that this is your need, right? You allow that to absorb your desires and your wants, so that they can be within you first, so that when they come outside of you, you don't feel like, my goal is to feel everything with the least resistance. I want the least resistance, right? I used to think that it was all about the fight, it was all about the survival, it was all about scrapping. I had to work hard, and I put myself in a lot of stressful situations because I thought that what was best for me. And a lot of people, when they see that you're all the way up here, I'm sure they're going to say a lot of stuff about you, but always make sure that you are the creator of your own reality. You can manifest amazing friends who just listen. You can manifest, even you can even change the narrative of how you talk to your parents. Like, that is a great place to practice, is actually on your parents and on your immediate family. You change the narrative, and the people around you that you frequently talk to the most are going to be very, very reflective of that. If this person has, been a negative person in your life and kind of pulls you down with them, and recently you've been kind of getting up and changing the narrative, don't be surprised when this person turns on you and they don't like you anymore. It's because they have had blockages that they are allowing to take over and consume and then become them. You have to be okay with moving on and letting people go. And I know that everybody's different, especially when it comes to the kind of spiritual manifestation that's going on the internet. But the answer and the energy that I provide is letting old events go in a way that you can understand that you're learning from the lesson. If you're able to learn from the lesson, move on from it and not bash yourself. You're not supposed to, oh, I made a mistake, so I'm going to make myself feel worse. You can't do that. You have to learn from the lesson. You cannot play a victim. We don't do victim mentality on this channel. So please, please, please be aware that you are literally manifesting everything that you want in the world. Like, for example, if you are, say, for example, a car. I have a car. I feel safe in my car. I am surrounded by people who understand how to keep maintaining a car. I'm around people who help me feel secure and safe when I'm in a car. I'm around people who make me feel safe, who allow me to feel safe when I'm behind the wheel. I'm around people who allow me to grow. I'm around people who teach me about cars. People teach me about cars all the time. I absorb information really quickly. I'm able to absorb information really quickly. And that's that. That is a beautiful example on embodying the essence of your true desires and your true wants. I have a car that takes me from point A to point B safely. When I go to it all stops up here. The power of your thought, the power of your mind is the most powerful in the world. People, you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. And when you control yourself, you can control the whole entire situation. You can control how people treat you. You can control everything. Do not believe the immediate 3D. Do not. If you believe the 3D, you're going to allow these doubts. And you control your doubts. You control what you say your strengths and weaknesses are. You control everything in your life. You understand that you're not going consistent. You're going slowly up. You're always escalating. You're always going up. Whether you're getting older, whether you're spending more time with yourself, whether you were doing simple manifestations and you're proving to yourself over and over again that I am a stylish person. The next day you are presented a lot of clothes, a lot of secondhand clothes, and you love secondhand clothes, right? So different things expressing themselves in the reality is a great starter, even if it starts out small, so you can feel more and more confident in yourself. That is the point of why you do manifesting. That is the point of why you continue to manifest. So you are manifesting actual factual evidence, actual scientific evidence, which is you are confident, you are all love, you are all success, you are all wealth, you are all health, you are all of these things. So please allow yourself to let go of whatever idea, notion, or even when it comes to waking up day after day after day after day. These preconceived notions, they could be from the point that you were feeling really insecure that day and you decided to listen to someone who isn't thinking of you right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone's opinion of you that they thought they were, even people's ideas of how they think they can help can actually negatively affect your life because they have never seen your life from your perspective. You're the only person to see your life from your perspective. So just please be aware that you have to reclaim, you have to recover, you have to heal, you have to allow yourself to say there are no blockages. Blockages don't exist for me. Limitations don't exist for me. I'm able to breathe deeply and feel so comfortable in this moment because I'm the only person who understands myself better than anybody else. You have to allow yourself to be like, yeah, I'm going to let go of past Mary the Fairy, past myself, right? Because you're not you when you were 5 years old. Actually, I would hope not. I remember I was talking with my best friend, and me and my best friend were walking. We were in a really peaceful state. We were really globbing it up. We were just having fun. All the glitz, all the glamour. It was really like in tune with nature. We were really able to spend time with each other because we really just love being around each other's energy. And we realized that so it's like a saying for us, like we don't want to be our 16-year-old versions of ourselves. If you're watching this and you're 16, like for example, you wouldn't want to be your 10-year-old version of yourself. Things like that, right? You don't want to be your past self necessarily, because if you are your past self, then you're not changing. Human beings are naturally meant to change, naturally meant to evolve without any resistance. You should be allowing yourself to change without any resistance, the least amount of resistance possible. For example, money flows to me easily. There's probably a past misconception, right? That you can't, you have, you should, you shouldn't. People telling you all these things, you telling yourself these negative things, right? And it's no longer that. You completely cancel out that energy. That energy's not in your field. You don't even think those thoughts anymore because you don't have time. You're just enjoying your life. You're enjoying the process of the ups and downs and the equilibriums of life. You're a natural creator. You might create job opportunities for yourself, right? And this is how you're able to create career opportunities for yourself. And then coming back onto the fact that you did this work, right? So a lot of physical traits that a lot of people will do is sometimes they will take the time to script write, which is just writing out your wants and your desires. You can just start from the top, desires, wants, and then kind of just like write down all of the things that you want and desire. And then, the next day you can work through why you want these things. And the reason why we do this is because you're focusing your chi, you're focusing your energy in a direct point where people are just like, oh, that's why I can't look away, because you're that attractive. You attract your focal points. You attract your desires and your wants because you're willing to work on yourself when nobody else is. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I wanted to say more, but I kind of just wanted to get this off of my mind because I've been really thinking a lot. I've been having a lot of thoughts in my flow state. And my flow state is very, very saturated right now, meaning if y'all don't know what flow state is, it's kind of just like going through, like right now I'm going through a flow state as I'm like recording this. And y'all are also going through a flow state right now if you're just watching it. It's just understanding that your life is your life. And a lot of people are going to tell you how you should live your life. But I need you to know that's not okay. It's because they want someone to tell them what to do, and it's made them angry. Like, please do not be empathetic, be more sympathetic. Meaning, empathy is great to have, but only hold it from the most sacred of people who respect you and are willing to allow you to be vulnerable in your sacred space. Sympathetic is understanding where that person comes from, but also being like, why would I pay attention to this person right now? Why would I give my energy willingly to this person right now? I don't know them. So situations like that. And y'all, I really could keep going and talk about this, but the point is that you have to be willing to inspire yourself, because you cannot give up on your dreams and manifestations. You cannot just dream the first day and the second day. This is not how I was able to get my manifestations, right? You can't just dream on day 1 and then day 2 and then day 3 you just don't want to do it anymore. You just want to stop. That doesn't make any sense, because if these are truly your desires, if these are truly your wants, then you're going to keep on thinking about them. You're going to keep on transforming all these preconceived notions into really, really positive ones. And you can practice doing them in really sensual, way. So it's like, oh, I understand why these are my desires, because I'm actually they're more attracted to me than I am of them. And I know at first it can be very, very difficult, because trust me, y'all, I did not just see, like, I didn't start from where y'all are kind of looking at, right? I had to do a lot of work off camera. I had to do a lot of work even when I was just going through school, going through high school, going through middle school. I didn't see myself necessarily doing this, right? I was kind of like in love with the idea of it, but I didn't necessarily want to do the work. And that is kind of like the difference between people. So please, please, please just be aware that you are separating yourself from the masses, right? You're focusing on your true wants and your true desires. And when you visualize it, you get comfortable with the colors that you want to see, the ideas that you want to share with people, what you talk about, right? And a lot of people think it's a delusion, right? So it's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel very heavy, but I need you to understand that some of your brightest ideas are gonna come from the same space. So please do not shut yourself out, and allow yourself to be in a creative space where your brightest ideas are able to come to fruition. Thank y'all so much for watching. I know a lot of y'all are not liked, comment, or subscribed on this channel, so please do. I would love to hear from y'all. And yeah, that's it for me. Peace.